Hello, guys. Welcome back to another 2024 Senate prediction for the month of April. So, we're going to start off with the safer states. Not really much polls have come out, so I don't really think the map will change too much. We don't really have polling for Ohio yet, which is really annoying because that's the race that's the most unpredictable, I would say. I'm having it as a tilt in either column, honestly. Missouri, it's probably going to be over 10% Republican, so it could be one of the only, if it was a seat in these safe red states that are going to go to likely, it would probably be Missouri, but for now it's solid red. And the safe blue areas, Minnesota, Klobuchar is not going to lose by under 10%, so that just is not going to occur. Maine, again, Angus King will probably easily win re-election here, so that isn't a huge shocker. And these rest of these states, let's go into them. So we're going to start off with New Mexico. I do think it would probably be about just a point or two under 10, like an 8 to 9 point victory for the Democrat here. Could be safe, but I'm overall just putting it as likely. Virginia is also likely as well. I do think that Tim Kaine's probably going to win here by around 7 to 8 points against his Republican opponent. He could probably win by more, but for now, that's just the current points expect him to win by. Pennsylvania, Bob Casey, he's an electoral juggernaut. He constantly easily wins against his Republican opponents. And honestly, Mastriano is leading the Senate polling for Republicans in Pennsylvania. This race has the capability of going to safe blue if it's Mastriano again, because he sucks that much of a candidate. He's that bad. But for now, it's likely. I don't know who the nominee is going to be. Maybe McCormick, but depends on who runs the primary. These next few states, let's see. Florida, I'm going to start out as likely Republican. It could go down a lean if Rick Scott starts getting super unpopular, but as of right now, Trump or DeSantis will pretty much win the state of Florida by a likely margin, and that'll just help out Rick Scott win here. Texas, I think Ted Cruz is probably still going to win, but if the Democrats actually nominate someone good, someone not Beto O'Rourke, some moderate Democrat, they could make this one of the most competitive Senate races here, especially if Biden keeps the Texas presidential race into the lean category. Cruz would definitely underperform the presidential nominee, but for now, Cruz probably wins by 3 to 4 points. Which state should we go to next? We'll go to West Virginia. So, if it's a Republican that isn't Jim Justice running, I could see this race going into the lean category. Just that's what the polling shows so far. So I do think that currently Jim Justice is probably going to run. So I'm still going to keep this race in the likely column. West Virginia is a weird state. If Jim Justice doesn't run, it could be a very competitive Senate race, even though it's such a Republican state. West Virginia just loves ticket splitting at times, so you have to keep an eye out on for that. But for now, it's going to be a likely state. I do think Jim Justice will probably run it, and he has the possibility of pushing this race to just safe Republican. But for now, it's keeping it in this likely column. Okay. So the Republicans are at 50 seats. Democrats have to score a win in all of them to hold the Senate. But for now, we'll start with the two easy states, Michigan and Wisconsin. Again, I highly doubt Republicans can win both these seats. Even if Trump wins Wisconsin and Michigan, I still expect Democrats to hold these seats just with independent voters. Because overall, Baldwin hasn't done anything wrong in the state of Wisconsin. She's more popular than Ron Johnson. And with Alyssa Slotkin in Michigan, she's an extremely strong candidate. And she has the possibility of even winning here by a likely margin. But for now, it's lean. So she wins by about 4. Okay, and Nevada and Arizona. Nevada, again, Republicans weren't able to win when they had such a huge registration advantage in the election in 2022. They had like a 10% higher registration turnout in the state of Nevada, and they still were not able to win. And there's going to be increased Democratic turnout in Nevada in 2024. So I just think it's a wish cast to say Nevada is going to flip Republican. That only will happen if like Trump wins here by like 3 points and he's able to carry the Senate nominee by that much. And right now Trump's favored to lose Nevada by like 2 to 3 points. So that's just not going to happen. I don't know. I saw the video by Red Eagle Politics. I don't know what he's talking about. He's just whisk cashing. He literally had Montana as likely Republican. That's just insane. Tester isn't going to lose by 8 points. I don't know what he's on. But let's go on to the next state, Arizona. Even in a three-way scenario where Sinema steals like a percent or two away from the Democrats, because that's currently what it's like. She takes away a percent or two, because she does take a fair amount of Republicans away too, because of how much of a centrist she's been acting in Congress, or sometimes even center-right on some legislation. But Gallico, he's a pretty strong candidate, and they look like they're probably going to run Kari Lake again. Potentially, she looks like the odds-on favorite to win the Senate race there. So honestly, it's tilt Democratic for now. Maybe the Republican could win, but it's looking pretty bleak. And we have to do the scenario that Sinema might not even run. We don't know that. If Sinema doesn't run, it's probably lean Democratic. But for now, with her in the race, it's tilt. Okay, so we're just down to 2 more states, Ohio and Montana. We're going to start off with Ohio. Now, Sherrod Brown, he's in for the fight of his life here. I mean, the Republicans look like they're not going to nominate a wacko in this district like they've done in the other swing state races in 2022. So it's going to be hard for Sherrod Brown to win in Ohio. I do think it's a tilt race either way, but I just think the trends in Ohio are really against him for now, and I have to see polling showing him up ahead to give the state to him. So for now, it's tilt Republican against him, but he could very well win. It's still only a tilt race. And with the state of Montana, I still think Tester's favored to win here, but it's going to be a very close race. He has a 55% likelihood of winning here, I would say. But the polling still shows he's a slight favorite to win here. Again, I don't know why some people are putting this as a likely R race when the polling shows Tester's very competitive in this state. He's very well liked. He has a favorability rating of 60% in some polls. He's going to be a tough incumbent to beat either way, even with a good candidate with Republicans. So as of right now, the Republicans narrowly retake the Senate by 51 to 49. Democrats need to focus on winning Ohio, Montana, and Arizona. If they hold all 3 of those seats, they win the Senate. But other than that, that's my Senate prediction. I'll see you guys in the next video.